Hey, you can't call this a Todd making stream. I'm not even making a mod. I'm making a map, bro. Dude, I'm like StarEdit.net, bro. I don't make a mod when I can make a map. LOL. You gotta call me a tap making stream. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Welcome. The intros just get crazier and crazier. There you go, crap making stream. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know why my calculator was open, but that's also perfect. So we don't have too much to report. I did just drop a channel map, which I don't feel like I need to show on stream, but you guys can go check that out later if you want. It's pretty short and sweet and to the point. Meanwhile, we've got some mapping to do. Now, I don't have any major musings besides the fact that obviously I do want to pretty this area up a little bit. I can't remember if I made Broken Rock buildable or not. I did. Okay, cool. That is useful info. Because, you know, my futuristic... my very highly advanced futuristic, you know, buildings, they shouldn't be able to build on rock, of all things. That's just very unrealistic, to be honest. Imagine building on stone, something very stable. Tisk tisk. So, there you go. I prettied that area up slightly. What else do we got? I did make high broken rock a long time ago, but it's probably terrible. Because it was a long time ago. So obviously, the last time we were working on this map yesterday, I was looking for some sort of logic for placing this guy's base. And I hadn't really 100% theorized how I wanted to handle that one. I feel like we could do something definitively distinct. So far, we have a lot of organic material here. If this guy's base is built around asphalt and like not just structure, but structure on asphalt, and we have like a more terraformed area, I think that could look pretty cool. Maybe it could even link up with stuff like this and this, the edges over there. So I kind of want to target that. I also want this to be structure. This is where one of the other Terran players lands on, so to speak. So that could be neat. What's up, Terran Dominion? Welcome. All right. With any luck, I will be sufficiently capable, though. Let's start to design our environment here. So obviously these ramps, like this area right here, is going to be massively impactful. This sort of like, I kind of want this to be, you descend from these ramps at your own peril, because we're going to have stuff like this at play. Maybe not exactly that, though. I'm trying to come up with some good, like, straight shot here. Of course, the sim drift is goofy. And then a straight shot here would be something like this. All right. So we got something going on there. The question is, do I want to... I guess I could do stacked asphalt or stacked structure, but I feel like that's probably not a great idea. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then obviously it's 3 across. There you go. We got a little bit of symmetry going. I don't actually know if that... I mean, I guess technically it does count as symmetry, right? But it does look visibly smaller, so whatever. pull it forward one. The other thing too is that I obviously don't want to okay, let's do that then. So then we can stick the base up against this ridge. We can have ramp here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we get the instability or unevenness or whatever on the other side. Yeah, I'm not sure about a north ramp up here or not. But I think this is fine in theory. Okay. So let me pull up my brush palette. Oh, you know what? I don't actually have the... I think I only have structure blended with dirt in this brush palette. That is indeed correct. So I will... Well, I hope you guys are ready. This is going to be a fucking wild section, okay, guys? You guys are going to lose your minds at how exciting this is. Here we go. I'm putting things into a brush palette again. Structure. 1. Asphalt. Let me just make sure that... I go to height. Yeah, okay. That is the correct height. I believe they called this a Pog Champion. Ah. The other thing I was thinking about recently for this map is, since I'm kind of at a loss for how to set up the late arrival AI logic, this might just be that everybody's here from the start, and the catch is that, like, they don't really consider... They don't really bother attacking the guys down south too frequently because they're too busy dealing with more domestic spats. So that could just naturally evolve, right? Like, that would naturally happen anyway because of proximity and stuff. You wouldn't really see them engaging too often using the default algorithm. All right, so W south. I wish we had this much variety in the cliffs for the actual organic stuff. The only times we get this much variety for organic cliffs is besides jungle / badlands, where it's all roughly the same, like, in terms of quality. Okay, the south-facing cliffs are usually pretty high quality. The north-facing cliffs, be it for any tile set actually, including jungle, are almost always terrible. Like, really bad. Oop, that's not... That is E south, homie. E south. So if you want an example of what I'm looking at, you can take, or what I'm talking about, you can look at, like, the desert north-facing cliffs and how they're all, like, goofy looking. And also very similar looking as well. I do sympathize with the idea that you don't have that much space to actually show something. But it feels like they dropped the ball even so. Doesn't help that it's rendered at a bit of a bizarre angle either. So something you may have noticed is that doodads and terrain and stuff always looks a little small. Like if you put a Maverick, aka Marine, right out like next to some of this structure, he's like the size of it. The scale is completely off. So that's something that Starcraft never really got right, unfortunately. So that they basically had this stylized thing where units looked better because of the angle of rendering, and then the terrain looked worse because if they didn't render it the way that if they rendered it at the same angle of the units, then it wouldn't fit into the tile base stuff that they've got going on, basically. Pretty unfortunate. I'm also pretty sure that some of these have, like, lard mirrored subtiles. Like, the structure texture is just flipped in some of the terrain, which is pretty embarrassing. Okay. Ash World saved. Now we can do what we actually wanted to do. Right. I need these doodads too, dude. Let's grab this. There we go. How could I forget about my doodad? Golden Burning Souls. Hell yeah, homie. I actually... Oh. I guess that's the bit. Okay. I think that's everything. Looking at the other stuff that I have, yeah, should be. See, are we debug attached? Yeah, okay. So I'm running a test in the background. Oh, I have to make the big version. I must embiggen this ramp. I guess I still have to find some missing tile somewhere. Oh, here it is. There you go. We did it. Except I don't know what this tile is, so now I've got to painstakingly find that tile. Nope. 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 Oh, I just fucked up the subtile, I guess. Because it looks like it's that. Jesus. Why has it got to be this way? Oh no! Tony! I feared that that would be the case, but... I guess that might be the... No, I can't do that either, because then... I don't know. Whatever. Oh, yeah. So, the main reason why I... The main takeaway I had was that it's only really when there's, like, borrowed units, essentially. That's the main time that I find it difficult. Specifically, Lakizilisks have this problem, the lurkers, formerly known as. I do have a bit of an issue with them, but that is a very specific case. So it's not that I'm not committed to fixing it, but it isn't going to like massively be pernicious, right? Oh, I guess I should now find like that tile or something. There you go. Yeah, the flagstone style. So what I think DF is committed to updating that stuff anyway, but I think in the meantime, what we're going to do for borrowed units in general is we're going to add a brighter patch of dirt, or some other texture that feels pretty commonplace. And we'll have that as like maybe an overlay so that it can be tile set specific in the future. And we'll have an overlay for each different burrow type. There's currently 3 different unique burrow graphics in the game. One of them I added for the Bactylisk, the other one is for the Lakizilisk, and the rest is for like Zergling, Hydralisk, etc. So we're going to do that to increase the amount of contrast. That way we don't interfere with the core burrow graphic, so it still stands out on bright surfaces, and then you have the brighter texture of the dirt pile or whatever that allows it to stand out on dark surfaces. So that will fix that issue entirely, basically. Now, for the actual tile set itself and the palette changes and stuff, what Mesk might have said or might have meant or something, I don't know. I won't speak to understand exactly where he was coming from. But I can understand a complaint about like where maybe it causes eye strain to look at something that's very bright against something that's very dark. That is very much like a real thing. So I get that. I get that angle. That's fine. But it's one of those things that like felt like it wasn't completely argued, if that's even what he was going for. Yeah, I'll probably make something even bigger for Ultra Cores. I don't know if I want those guys to burrow though. The bigger issue is making an animation in the first place that looks good. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. That unironically contingent on whether or not I can pull off an animation. Because I don't think it's like super important that Ultra Cores can burrow. I think maybe it's fine that these larger Zerg can't get away with that from a conceptual standpoint. Oh, I just realized I probably... Wait. Okay, this is fine. This is fucked. I'm glad I didn't use this. Oh no, I think I just copied this whole thing over. That's fine. Whatever. No big deal. See, this one was done correctly. I wish I had done the other one correctly too. All right, that's well, you have to wait for Veek to fix his sleep schedule. There's not much that I can do on my own, and he's been fucking spinning for the last week or so. But I did convince him to actually take a serious look at it yesterday and the day before, so we have made some pretty recent progress. I do go over a little bit of that in the channel update that I just posted, but for the most part, the long and short of it is we're going to be moving to C++ instead of Go because we can't find a scripting solution for Go, which really sucks because Go would have been like way better and way more enjoyable to code in, but whatever. We'll just code in C-styled C++. We'll only take advantage of whatever OOP stuff we actually need. And then aside from that, we'll mostly rely on an ECS system to automate a lot of that stuff. That's Entity Component System, which basically just handles some of your memory, and it's like a style of handling complex shit for a game. And that'll probably be the extent of our object-oriented shit. Everything else will be data-oriented. And we'll just focus on performance and on sensibility and readability of code and all that shit. So I think, with any luck, now that we've actually figured out a core philosophy almost of coding ethics and principles to actually follow, that seems to have been proven in the wild as a testbed for games and game design, we should be able to put something together a little bit like more actively, and then yeah, you should see a resurgence in the streams. But that was the main reason why we hadn't done anything since. We had a lot of very quick progress with no streams. We did like GPU integration, and we started making a main menu, and we started planning a bunch of other stuff like networking. Unfortunately, without it being in a more used language that has more feature supports than what Go has, we were just screwed, essentially. We couldn't actually come up with a solution to some of the problems that we faced. What do you mean by space twilight tiles? Oh, the floating twilight tiles. Oh, no, because the Basilica. I should port that to the space platform tile set, I guess. But no, I haven't used them. Because I haven't put an SPK inside the twilight tile set. I haven't even bothered trying to look at that. Well, I know you're just not very active anymore, Iquare. At least maybe it's just because you're not online on Discord or something. But usually when we reach out to you, you're like AFK or not on Discord or something. So then it takes like a day or two for you to actually get back to us. Which is, I mean, obviously if you're busy, it's not like I'm not out here like trying to attack you or whatever. I know shit gets busy sometimes, but that contributes to the lack of progress, I guess. I would like to just wave a magic wand and fix the crashes and the instability. If we could just turn those off, like I was thinking about making a dadka about this, and maybe I still will, because maybe it'll just maybe by presenting my concerns in a concise format, it will encourage me to think about them in a different way. But I am pretty like consistently frustrated, I guess, with the lack of like stability in HYDRA, and the problem is that like there's not much that we can do about it realistically. So it does feel very like disempowering, I guess. And I just want to make content. But the fact that I have to, theoretically, put together my own engine in order to make content, like, it feels pretty stupid. So. Oh wait, that's eStore. Fuck. Now, thankfully, I have the motivation and the drive and yada 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 in order to actually pull something like that off. But it does feel a little unnecessary. Like, I go where the simulation takes me and all that, but surely it could have been. Surely we could have had an actual, like, I don't know, something a bit more reasonable. Where are we at here? We have dirt. Okay. I just missed these when I first made the brush palette. Add them in real quick. Where I was able to fix incendiary payload. Yeah. That's in the latest version that I just pushed a couple minutes ago. Well, we added the stuff, but I thought you weren't for one, I thought you were just busy. For another, I thought you were just you were more motivated to fix the issues than to implement new things. I guess the main issue is we can't really justify working on new features, or like I guess I've cheated in this respect because I've still done this sometimes, but I really shouldn't be like working on new features and stuff, to be honest. Like, I really shouldn't be adding new units and stuff when we have like barely functional work. Where like it's crashing and stuff. I probably shouldn't spend time coming up with new concepts or whatever. But there's only so much that I feel I can do. Maybe that's just my own mistake. Maybe that's wrong. But and frankly, there are a ton of things that we don't have full knowledge of how to fix. But most of that is related to like CCMU stuff, right? Or like finding out these crashes, where I guess that is your main area of expertise compared to what we can put together. So that would be pretty useful, but I'm not really 100% sure how you would make it convenient to use, if you know what I mean. That's not exact. Oh, I guess that is actually how that would work, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. I agree with that sentimentality. Or that sentiment, actually. I'm sure iCore will get up to some crazy antics in the new engine, yeah. But I think the main limiting factor is always going to be art assets, to be honest. Well, I guess it would be pretty good for general optimization, yeah. I would have to set up the pairs for every tile blend that I want. I guess okay, so one concern is that like how do you guarantee that the um so how do you guarantee that, like, oh man, that is going to be a bit tricky because there's, for example, in Ash World, I might be painting high dirt because I want it to be structure with asphalt or structure with dirt. I might be painting high dirt because I want it to be converted into higher dirt stacked on top of where it is, which probably just wouldn't even be possible. I want to be painting high dirt sometimes because I want to be replacing it with basilica. So in those cases, it does feel a little challenging, yeah. Unless it could be like integrated into the actual editor, which is impossible because we don't have fucking source access. Then it does feel, I guess, unlikely. But it certainly would help in certain cases. It's just you'd have to manage it a lot very manually, if I had to guess. Yeah, I've tried to smash SI several times. He doesn't seem to be a very smashable person, unfortunately. It would be really nice if he was down to do some work in this regard, but I think I've filled that in. It would be really nice to have like a fill option. Like literally just fill all of these high dirt tiles that are connected with each other. Or at least the opportunity to draw a straight fucking line. Jeez. Or maybe some option as well to like push some keyboard shortcut to increase your size. Like Photoshop has the left and right bracket, and maybe you could have like left and right bracket increases vertical, and then like I guess you'd have to do like up and down arrow or something. I don't even know what it would be. Maybe it could be like comma question mark. I don't know. Something though. Something to automate this so I don't have to like manually scroll up there every time I want to change something. That would be pretty nice. There's so many like obvious things to fix, but again, I don't think SI actually makes maps, right? So he doesn't know the use case for his own program, which of course is going to make it really bad for. It would be like if I implemented a change to HYDRA but then never used it, so I didn't know like, oh, actually it has some of these core issues here, here, and here are some obvious fixes, or at least some obvious issues that you have to think about fixing. So that's how I would have likened it anyway. It's massively important that you use your own software so that you yourself know what the pain points are. And it's something that even Poiquart, to his credit, actually started doing when he made his PyTile changes. He, for a while, was trying to make some changes to a tile set and got fed up with how bad his tool was to use, so he made improvements. As an artifact of a bygone era, obviously hasn't done that since, but he's probably just been busy, if I had to guess. It's just one of those things where, like, that's what could be, and instead we got this, unfortunately. I don't know anything about what Heinerman is doing now. What do I think about door turret terminal system? Yeah, so this is like a King of the Hill style thing, or maybe it's just like I don't remember the exact implementation. Was it you have to have the most number of units in the area, or you have to be the only one with any units in the area, and otherwise it just can't be interacted with? I think it was maybe the latter. It was an interesting idea. I wonder if that's better than garrisoning somebody in there in terms of usability, or like building a specific structure there. I don't know. It is obviously a region-specific gimmick, like a location-specific change to the interactions, but it's a way for you to interact with these neutral things in a macro sense. So I really like the concept. I'm not 100% sure about the execution, and it's also a little bit hazy because it's been a while. But I remember thinking that I was going to try to do something similar, where you could either choose to blow open the door, which would probably be like they're reinforced, so it takes a long time. Or you could choose to interact with the door, and then if you interact with it by like infiltrating in or whatever, then that gives you an opportunity to obviously keep the door alive for your own use later. And then maybe you could repair the door with a mason or something, I don't know. But then that still feels very like one race. Obviously, I was going to have stuff like if you put creep in this area, then you get access to some Zerg, like region specific stuff. And then if you put like a pylon somewhere, then you get access to some Protoss specific stuff. I was thinking of like ways to lean into all those so that you could have home field advantages from a race point of view. But that's it's actually a pretty tough one. So I don't know. It's a tough one to like 100% figure out. And I wouldn't want to go down the Valve road of just experimenting and then being like, oh, well, no point in refining this concept. It is just an experiment after all. All right. Yeah. So it's like a game state thing. It's much more bordering on like an actual mechanic because of the way that you've implemented it, which is obviously superior. So yeah, I really like the concept because it allows you to actually make use of, like, it basically turns these environments into actual interactable areas, which previously they just weren't. Yeah, I'm assuming that the execution would need some updates or whatever, but it's a good start. It's better than obviously the default. Oh shit. Try to be fancy for 1 second, and this is what happened. All right, I got my initial outline. We will obviously flesh that one out later on. Just realized you have no idea what this map is for. I actually did, yeah, Dynamo actually told me about that somewhat recently. I forgot all about it, though. I was just thinking of calling it Gold Souls as like a play on words for Old Souls, but then I realized that the Golden Federation was a part of the map, so I called it Golden Souls. But that's all a fucking working title anyway. The most annoying part about working titles is going back through my stream archive and renaming the fucking map in the title and timestamps. It's like a scenario, like a one-off type thing. It's so that I can explore the new setting, essentially. Is it? Well, the Alkash Chasm requires the Alazal Arbor, so based on that, yes. Though I probably should set it to tier 3 just for the sake of... The Alazal Arbor is expensive and gives you 1 unit. Well, 2 after the Alcagelisk is implemented. I guess I ought to fix the Alcagelisk, actually. It has the wrong status preset in here. Oh, it doesn't have the wrong status preset in here. Oh, that's the Alcagelisk. I'm talking about the Alazalath. Normally. Oh, I forgot I was still playing. Hey, I think we finished this map. Oh, we did not finish this map, but it is slowed to a crawl. Terran Minotaur. Look at this man and all of his nanite assemblies. Probably at CCMU if I had to guess. This guy never escaped tier 1 or tier 2, I guess. Technically. What about this guy? Oh, he's up to Alazal Arbor. He's got the tier 4 going on. The Elmac Anter, the Vithral Haunt. The lake is done. You can't tell because it's orange, but there is team color on that now, which is pretty cool. Here's a blue one for comparison. Well, they were always occasionally built, but the AI is pretty bad at ticking up, unfortunately. I guess I'll restart. This usually ends poorly. All right, let's see. What's up, Milestone? Is that supposed to be for 116.1? He should probably join the Discord server so we can help him, because we got a lot of people around here would benefit from that kind of work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But sounds cool. Veek just allows you to. Veek's work has allowed the Python tool to have as many fields as possible, which obviously doesn't really mean much if the game doesn't support it. So, unless he's partnering it with code that allows the game to support it, then it won't matter. It's not even much ado. Well, you could give him a clarifying question or an invitation if you were so inclined. I've got no contact with him, so. I guess I could just ask Veek to bother him later. Whenever Veek wakes up from his fucking drug-fueled nap. Did I say drug? I meant Hollow Knight-fueled nap. Oh, we got one. Browse and find a's.pdb. Somehow the A's debug PDB file I have is not accurate to the diff debug build. Kobe beef burritos. Yeah, Veek did say earlier, this is a couple days ago, he was like, I would like to play some games of HYDRA. And I said, why would you play HYDRA when you can make HYDRA? Something like that. It's pretty good. Hey, Iquare, any idea why my A's PDB is no longer accurate? I'm using debug build. Original location was iQuare, SE, source, A's, target, debug, deps, A's.pdb. Does it have to be the same file name? Surely not. Oh, it does. What a fucking joke. Okay, so it doesn't matter at all because we've already done all of that work and significantly more. An agent of false hope approaches, and his name is Kadarin Crystal Formation Wireframe. Where the fuck is my git shit folder? G. Here it is. Right in front of my face. Up, up. Here we go. It was in modrs? Was it actually in this line? I'm so confused. It looks like it's something to do with nidus placement. It's in hooks. Does spread creep, I guess. What an unreadable fucking way of writing code. Is there any more information that we can get from looking at this, or should I see if there's any info from the error report? Since this isn't debug, maybe I'll get an actual useful crash dump. Wouldn't be the first time I got a dump from this rust bucket. And boom, it lines up and everything. Mwah. And mwah. Although I guess we wouldn't have to make this concession if we just raised this up by 1. And brought this all up by 1. There you go. What do you mean? It's in something called whack hooks. So, unless you mean it's disabled. Well, this is just where Visual Studio brought me to. It didn't actually give me any info on anything else. Wait. Where is alloc.rs? Yeah, I guess. But we don't have any useful info, unfortunately. Wait, is this it's another unit search crash? I guess it broke on this line, according to the call stack. Oh, Veek is alive. He didn't die to fucking Hollow Knight at 10 a.m. What's up, dude? Quick chat, remind me what I was supposed to yell at Veek about when he woke up, because I forget. Oh, I was going to ask you about what Milestone was posting in the YouTube chat earlier. Ah, fuck. This idiot placed this tile here. Well, I guess that has to go. Just push it in a little bit more. Push this out a little bit more. Something like that. Alright, whatever. What do you mean, online source of memory corruption? Or are you talking about something else? I guess we can find online Veek. Oh, by the way, Milestone, turns out that if you build the latest version of A's, the knave is an idiot has to come back because he changed the fucking plugin back. The randomizing names. Randomizing aids. If I get a graphic that makes sense for it, sure. I guess you'll have to bark up the DF tree for that one. The effing tree. The disappointment. No, it's just apparently PQ extended some stuff in the PyMS program for the purpose of being able to have like an arbitrary number of DAT files, which I know Veek already did. And he also apparently made a bunch of major bug fixes and stuff. So I was curious as to whether or not Veek had the time to look through and find. I'll find out if there was anything worth taking from it for our own work, but I don't really know what it would be. I guess maybe he actually looked through the errors that or the issues that I raised in on the GitHub like years ago. I have to find the asphalt road tiles. Guess I'll just take these. No, my name is Lowell because then I would have to alt in tab into the other map and then copy and paste them into this map. It does not make my job any easier. I have a brush palette full of this shit. Yes, he reverted the removal of the randomized name. That motherfucker. I'll show him. And no, I never got any graphics for the water splashes. They would have had to come from DF, and they also would have had to essentially be... Wait, what was I just about to say? Fuck. But I lost my train of thought. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, no, I forgot it. Oh, DF said that he would have to make the water splash underlay, like, basically on a per unit basis. So, all right, let's run another test. But first, I will take a look. It looks like this crash was another one of those crashes that just happens with no error message whatsoever. The last attack to hit was attacker ID 66 from player 0. I guess I should have gotten the target player and target ID in this printout. Let's see. What is unit ID 66? Oh, it's a Drakiden. If it was dealing 10 damage, then it would have been attacking with a small unit, but that doesn't really tell us much, does it? So let's also open up A's.log and then go all the way to the bottom, see if there's anything useful. What's up, Walker? I don't think that would look very good since the use case we're talking about would be underlaid under every unit that's moving, or every frame they are moving. In order to even put that into perspective, we would need to extend in-game image IDs anyway. Oh, maybe Veek sent me an old build then. I don't know. Veek built Ace recently and then sent it to me, so... What is this? Oh. I think there was something similar to this that somebody linked me, and it has some, like, soy guy that's staring at a, chicken or something. Well, apparently the last executed custom script command was comparison, player combat, 1713, 63, true. Wait, Eidolon, Wraith, Kabbalist, Bargus, Lekizalisk. Oh, I guess that late into the game that shouldn't be happening. That is the anti-grief cloak, so it's only running for certain players. Okay, I guess we should do wait 24, and we'll say true, jump. Anti-grief air. And here we will say true, jump. Oh, wait. It has to be false, jump. Cloak, wait 24. That will at least stop every single script checking this all the time. Very minor performance improvement, though. If any at all, realistically. Yeah, I meant in-game limits, not dat limits. Anti-grief just stops the AI from losing to an air rush or a cloak rush from usually from a player. It's some hard-coded call and response shit, which is pretty lame, but so when it is false that player combat is going on between an air unit and any unit of the players, they will jump back to the beginning of the block. I think this is the right syntax for putting the block name there. I guess I can go double check that. No, I've not touched crypto at all. Hey, Veek, I know you made it so that variable calls to certain blocks um, auto-generate the names of variables or names of blocks so that if I wanted to do like, a variable jump like this to anti-grief mech, it would just go there instead of me having to generate that variable name first. Does that also work for other script commands like player combat, for example? No, there's nothing you can do to counter Grief of All Gods. Build air units. Oh, okay. It's block player, and then I guess the player is necessary for. Okay. That was good that I checked that. So you have a set var local call that works for player combat as well. Well, I wasn't sure if you were aware that that even worked that way, so that's all. It's too bad that the idle tactics code is so rough in terms of performance, or I would enable it. Actually, I never really confirmed performance issues, to be honest, but. I guess I'll quickly fix the other issue with this exe, which is. Well, you can watch this Protoss base while I BRB, because I gotta pee. Let me just make sure we're actually attached. Yeah, we are. See you soon! I have returned. What's up? What's poppin'? We just got in the new details for the G-Fire rewrite. So that's pretty good. Oh man, this A's log file is going to be enormous. Well, I guess that's something we're going to have to deal with later. All right, here we go. I'm back to being ridiculously finicky with these alignments. So business as usual. Oh, what a goofball. Why waste all this work? There we go. A straight shooter. For once. Veek says he's not insane enough to hardcode a command check. I am insane enough to hardcode a tile check. I wish I didn't see that one. There it is. All right, so with that tile set stuff in, let's add our files. It doesn't really look like the tiles themselves have been updated, or the PCX files themselves. They're not turning an update on the Git thing, but whatever. It's also too bad I can't run multiple instances of Starcraft at once, because I would just boot that up and preview it, but I'm currently crash testing. Worried about workers getting stuck in the back line here, but maybe it'll work out fine. Also, here's the lard mirroring I was talking about. So as you can see, there's no issue with this west-facing, left-facing North Cliff. As soon as you turn your attention over here, you see this giant seam. It's because they mirrored the texture. And obviously mirroring the texture for this, but not the rest of the tiles, is not going to look very good, is it? So in order to fix that, I would basically have to mask out something like this. Basically the border. I would have to mask out everything other than the border and then put structure in its place. Which maybe I should do anyway, just so we can have structure cliffs that are like built on dirt or something. That could be kind of interesting. I don't know. But it is pretty goofy that I would have to do that. Oh, this is kind of interesting. I didn't even think that I could do this. That's neat. Obviously, you can't do that on the other end, but it tiles pretty well. Cool. So I was originally thinking there would be a natural down here, but obviously we've since just moved this guy's starting location down a little bit, so it's kind of interesting. Should do the trick. I'm glad the number of views keeps growing in that channel. That is pretty good. Discord antics, hooligans, they're back at it. Okay. So the question is, who we smacking around next? I guess one thing we should quickly check on is I guess we can take a look at this game state. What's going on here? How could it crash in a literal commented function? Jesus. Jesus. How is this feasible? I like how I'm built in debug as well, and it says a variable is optimized away 43DA26. Oh, notepad. Oh, opad. You actually. Writing down some notes about a crash I got. This is a mess. All right. Oh boy, are we? And we're walking. So Veek wanted me to watch this. Wait, hold on. Hold the phone. It looks like there is a global blob shadow in addition to the actual shadow. Like, it's hard to see. Just follow this man. There's like, it's very noticeable on the grass there. This is double YouTube compression, so could be that instead. But it looks like he's walking around with an orb shadow. What? Why are there like random lightning men? Oh, nice tree leaves, buddy. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Man, sorry guys. I didn't realize I clicked on a trailer for Risk of Rain 2. What the fuck? Also, I don't think any of the animations are synced. But I can't tell if they've even got the audio. Just clipping right in, zooming into a clipping man. That's pretty good. Oh, hold on. Let's watch that arrow in half speed, boys. Ooh! Oh, boy! Let me see that again. We need to see this in turbo slow-mo. Coming up. Here we go. Ah! What a disaster. I don't get the lightning then. I guess that's supposed to show. I don't know what it's supposed to show. It looks so weird and distracting. I guess they don't have slow fog on or whatever. It's probably fine. Oh shit! Here we go. Telepathic pikes. Oh fuck! We don't have turn animations. Just more telepathic melee weapons, of course. Wait, did those arrows look goofy? All of the, oh my goodness, yes, they do look, answered my question, didn't I? So, all of the arrows are broken. All of the swords look like porcelain or maybe plastic. Here we go. Let's see a slow-mo arrow. They're taking aim, but they're... This guy down here in the bottom left took aim. Will we see it again? Here we go. They're drawing back invisible arrows and letting them fly. And when they fly, oh boy, do they fly. Oh. Ah! Holy shit! Homing on that man's ass. Or that horse's ass, as it were. Let's see that again. Rewind. 4K glory. Come on, dude. Stop being YouTube. I think I moved past it by accident, but whatever. No, maybe we're gonna get it. Yeah, here we are. They're actually cutting. How do they fuck up the arrows so bad? How is that even possible? Yeah, this game. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't want to publish this for the world to see, but. I don't think you can put Mongol in a game. Man. Ovu is depleted. Ovu. Wait till the next episode of Elo Heaven, buddy. Oh no, it's Tiberian Dawn. Or, wait. Tiberian Twilight. Why are you harvesting Ovu? The gold looks so embarrassing. The gold looks like a fantasy artifact from Warcraft 3 or something. Oh shit! We got more arrows! Maybe that was just in a straight line though. Maybe it's less embarrassing. It does just attach to the guy's head and then there's nothing. Nice giant idiot text. This is what I call idiot text, even though it's an icon or a logo, an emblem of fire. Huh. Not gonna make that joke. This is idiot text right here. This is, we are making our game for people who have maybe never used a mouse and keyboard before text. Where, oh, our graphics aren't always up to par. So instead of telling you that something's on fire because you can just look at it and see fire, we're going to show fire over the building. Good. Very good. Great. It might be a console RTS. Some of these models are actually strikingly low poly. Oh shit, vision. Ah, vision gimmicks. Here we go. Oh fuck. Oh, arrows that go. Oh, oh no, arrows. Oh no. Wow. Nice in-game cutscene. Here we go. The worst unit in any game. Tony. It's also lagging. It's lagging, guys. It's lagging during playback. Ooh, ooh. No, you can see it in the animation of the elephants when they start moving. They're actually interpolating between... At least they look like they're lagging. Yeah, and then the elephants aren't even, like, looking at the same thing. Like, they're not even making contact ever. Oh no, fire text, idiot text. Looks like they have castles, which obviously were pretty aids, but I guess elephants can kill castles, so maybe it's fine. Oh shit, transition. I think this video's already overstayed its welcome, to be honest, but... Mongols back. It looks like they have far less... Oh shit, don't zoom in on that! Anytime they show these, I guess these are Mongols or something? I don't know, maybe these are the Chinese. Anytime they zoom in on this shit, I just get flashbacks to, I get flashbacks to, what was that game that I played that was horrible? That was Warcraft 3, but worse? Its DLC had White Wolf in it. Battle Realms. Also, take a look at these geisha or whatever they are, and how they're bumping into each other. Nobody's even manning that meat wagon looking thing. They're just clipping. Look at the bot waterfall from CS. Their weapons are clipping through the entire thing, and then they just clip through each other anyway. Like, you don't get this kind of thing in an actual, like, 2D RTS. It's very hard to get clipping of, like, two ground units. Unless they were just, like, repulsed into each other or something. And even then you can fix that just by making repulsed units collide and repulse other units. I don't know what this, like, hero guy in the middle who keeps shooting off fireworks is doing. I don't know what he's accomplishing. Oh shit! Oh, lightning men! They brought the lightning men! Oh, they're lagging. They're lagging again. It's not a good sign when there's lag in the actual promotional video. Why is it like this? It's always like this. They always have lag in all of these promotional videos. Oh shit, ion cannon. Oh, never mind. Oh, and then this is lag. This is just lower frame rate, I guess. Not really lag, but... Well. I'm not very happy that I watched that. Cancel Veek, in my opinion. I don't know what you expected, but... Microsoft. All right, we crashed. And nothing. All right. So we have confirmed anyway that this crash comes from memory corruption, which is a little bit perplexing. Well, there's no actual information that we glean from that, so... Like, what do we know as a result of that? We know nothing. We gain no information from watching that video. We don't know how the game works. We don't know what the balance looks like. We don't know anything about, like, resource gathering besides that they have Uvu and, like, gold is different now. It looks like it's one central node instead of having a bunch of piles. So yeah, we get very minimal info, next to nothing, about how the game actually plays. So there is no information that I can even react to. It's just promotional material. It's not actually informative. It tells me that they didn't give a fuck about the graphics, but, I mean, who does? Ovu. It's O-V-O-O. It's Vu with an O in front of it. That's why I said Elo Heaven earlier. In the second age, they were like, Ovu is depleted. Or there's some pop-up text that said that. Oh, Game Hooks got unpinned again somehow. It's pretty cool. It was pinned for a while, and then it just didn't get pinned anymore. Oh, I don't have the opportunity. I can't actually get the target. I guess I can get this. What is this? Is this damage or is this the unit? I guess this is this ID. What do you mean it's a bug? It's in the video. How could it be a bug? I'll get you the timestamp. It's like a minute in. Here it is. It's right there. Ovu is depleted. So, I don't know what that means. None of the combat scenarios they even showed off were, like, realistic from what I've seen and played of Age of Empires, so... It's a prank, bro. Doesn't even mean anything, bro. Get it out of here. Also, Veek, can you look and see what is wrong with your fork of Ace? Because apparently in the GitHub build repo, what do you call it? It doesn't have the name shit that triggers the ever-loving fuck out of me. So it looks like you didn't actually fork the right version or something. Which means we don't even have all of the updates. What do you mean? It's not working. It's still giving me stupid names. In both debug and release. Well, I am confirming that it does not have that removed because I am staring at it right now. So, you, 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 you. Humph, humph. Darkened, humphtices, humphened, humphtices. Just poppin', homie. All right, let's delete that and delete that. And close that. Oh, we shouldn't close that. We should actually get ourselves that again. It's pretty annoying, to be honest, because it just changes every time you open your Firegraft or whatever, so triggers me. And apparently now it's so embedded into the code that we can't even figure out how to disable it. So that's great. I have to run another test pretty soon, so... Yeah, try cleaning and then cargo clean, cargo build. You see Knave, who doesn't watch any of my content and so doesn't know that this is the reality? Do you see what you are doing to modders everywhere? I'll move that down one more chain, actually. Just to free up some space for some ramps and stuff later. I must paste 3 at a time. An agent of 3. Q7. Nobody expects the update. Date. My music expired again. Yeah. I don't know what you mean by that at all, Ilya. I mean, I know historical knowledge increases in like certain areas, or theories can be put forth or whatever that can allow you to have some creative liberties, but I always criticized Age of Empires for being fucking boring by tethering itself to always having some sort of historical bent to it. It's the same reason why I encourage people like UED Commander to not obsess over fucking World War II when they're supposed to be making a science fiction story or something. Or why like Necron naming a battle cruiser after Stalin or something. I don't actually know if that might have been a prank that somebody just told me as a bit, but stuff like that is just like embarrassingly stupid. Like, surely not. Surely not, homie. Well, anyway, the idea is you want to actually write your own stories instead of, I mean, come on, at least copy paste other science fiction instead of fucking history. Get out of here. Maybe I should keep this one tile here just as a bit. It's for real. He talked a little bit about it in the recent fraud strike, although he mostly spent that. This is also not really true. I should clarify. Uh, his most notable contribution here, this is true, is that he just yelled at us because I headshot him with an op. I can't hold his history telling that. He may never live that one down, to be honest. That may never happen. It was pretty sad, to be honest, that he's like, finally, I've released content. And you can insert joke about something in Starcraft Remastered not being content. And hey, I make those jokes, so I'm not even like saying you shouldn't make those jokes. But it was kind of sad, but also kind of like it's impossible to not laugh because it is just so absurd that he drops that fucking announcement and everybody's just like, you know, April Fool's was a few days ago. It's just fucking destroys him immediately. Like, what the fuck? But I mean, for one, it was a project he worked on with Necron, and for another, it was posted in my server. Oh, that's pretty funny. I didn't look into the actual project. I just know it was like a collaboration between the two of them. But was there some like obvious issue to take with the project or something? Because I totally missed any sort of. Oh yeah, well, yes, yeah. The art. I think Necron did the art. So if you're looking for someone to blame, this is really stupid, but kind of funny. Just imagining somebody using this as an army rotation spot. The only problem is now I need to make that consistent over here. And all right, I guess that's fine. The art was third party. That's even worse. All I know is UD Commander passed off responsibility for the art to Necron, so I assumed that meant he did it in Photoshop, but maybe he didn't? Question mark? Town 3. Did you know that? Bet you didn't. I was thinking about adding some sort of subtile blended with structure, but I don't actually know what would fit best. Maybe like the plating from Installation or something? Or Space Platform? I think anything would look pretty awkward, though. Structure is a very specific color set. I kind of want to expand the asphalt even further up, actually. Some like straight line that goes from here this way across, and then put some structure. So you have the asphalt up here, and then the structure kind of like serves to buttress another expansion. So maybe I should do that. We'll just copy this whole line and add it in. Because I do want this area to be markedly different from everywhere else in the map. Too bad you can't deselect. Once you have selected terrain. The main thing that I recall taking away from the document was that Necron had some line in there. I think it was written by Necron, where I assume it was anyway, because it said like what we wanted to do a lot with UED Commander or something. So I assume it was written by him. But basically, whoever wrote the document had this line in there that discussed a problem with the come down period after you've essentially won the game, and yet there's still some forced gameplay where you have to defeat achieve the win conditions, even if it seems inevitable and that there is no comeback potential. You still have to go through the motions of defeating the enemy base or wiping, completing whatever your objective is, right? So that it's as broadly applicable as possible. So that was something that I thought was a little puzzling, because he basically just said like, this is not something that I feel like this is unavoidable or whatever. And I feel like that's well, I just think that's wrong. Like, I talked with Veek about this when I actually looked at the document, but which, by the way, I should mention, even though maybe it's not really worth mentioning, it's actually a step up for anybody, whoever they are, to actually document their thoughts on something, because at least that's something that can be critiqued or analyzed, and just the act of writing it down will often level your game up naturally. So I think in that sense, it's actually quite useful to have that going for you. So credit where credit is due in that respect, I guess. But the idea of the period of time not working out because of, like, basically, oh yeah, at some point you won't know when you've lost or when you've won, or you might know that you've lost, but you can't do anything about it because like, you can only restart the mission basically. And just like you might know that you've won, but you can't win as soon as you know that, but you have to wait for the for you to, like, you have to essentially finish some chores basically in order to finish the actual mission. And this isn't something that's impossible to solve. You could have the AI surrender in some sense. You could have the AI maybe do one last hurrah. And this would probably depend on the personality and the story framing of each individual faction. You could have the AI do any number of things to, like, essentially, maybe they like, I remember in a Command and Conquer mission, at some point I defeated the enemy AI, and or it became obvious that I was overwhelmingly likely to win, so they sold all of their structures and then charged at me with every last unit they had. And you don't have any selling feature in Starcraft, so and nor do I think there should be one, but you could have them like random suicide all their units, and that would obviously give you an immediate amount of gameplay to contend with. You could even write your own custom implementation of some sort of function that would make the AI more strategic about things than just doing the suicide script or whatever, which basically just picks like nearest targets and stuff. So yeah, you could do stuff like that. That could be really interesting. And then you have to immediately contend with this like one last push, so to speak, and it is kind of like an all in. So you kind of like, I like that idea as, like, from a conceptual standpoint of an AI that doesn't want to back down or surrender. You could also have AI, like, if it's in between, like before the actual mission is over, you could have AI decide to surrender and then ally with you and be like, all right, you've beaten us, so we'll join you to avoid death, or something to that effect. And that could be really interesting if that was like part of the behavior of a certain AI. So you can have all of these different things. Maybe I postulated that for a campaign set or something, you could have an AI evacuate, and based on how much strength they had in their evacuation, they might be able to be stronger in a later map or something, using bank data to determine that. There's all sorts of different things you can do to make the end game more interesting and also more respectful of the player's time. And in the same way, you should have some sort of gameplay clarity for when you as a player have lost, which I think was actually the original criticism, and all of this other stuff. So basically, the idea that anything that is voiced as a complaint or a criticism is not possible to avoid just falls flat to me. It speaks to, like, I guess, just a lack of general understanding, but also like lack of a desire to solve the problem in the first place, because it's not like massively ridiculous or difficult to come up with some sort of solution to this problem, at least in my opinion. It certainly is something that could very easily be at least thought. You could think of something, you could think about what might work, but there was no thinking in that camp, apparently. And it doesn't help that he's limited by the technical surroundings of working within Remastered, so I'm sure that plays a part into it as well, where he doesn't actually have the opportunity to implement any ideas that maybe he does it. Like, maybe he had all of the same ideas or some of the same ideas that I just voiced, but then, reached the inevitable conclusion that it's impossible to implement those. I don't know. But what I do know is that Magma has not enough fucking north-facing tile varieties. That's what I do know. You made structure blends with asphalt and grass as placeholder urban terrain for my mod, though it's still missing some bits, but I could try to complete this if you're interested. Yeah, that would be really cool. That would be pretty neat. What do you mean by asphalt and grass? Is that like blended with the Badlands grass tile? Because I actually already have that, I think. Or I could make it pretty easily because I have a Photoshop file somewhere for structure. But if you mean like you custom detailed a bunch of textures and stuff, then that's a little bit different than whatever I was doing. But if it's just the same thing as like masking out the tiles and stuff, then, well, not going to say I won't have a use for it, but I probably already have the ability to generate it. The No Rust Club has a new member. I couldn't compile either, and nobody had any idea what was wrong with mine. I still can't compile, so. All right, sure. Are you talking about UED Commander, Alexander? Oh, this is kind of interesting. And you even have this sort of shaded shaded asphalt. That's really neat. Here, I'll put this on the stream so people can check it out. This is really cool, I think. It looks like grass from Raised Jungle. Yeah, this would definitely add a lot to like the Badlands tile set or the Jungle tile set. This would be really cool. Yeah. So I guess the question is like, what additional alterations were you planning on making? I guess also if you send me the Photoshop file that you use for the mask for the structure, I can probably put something together for other tile types that would work well with this. Because it looks to me that you've just got like a Photoshop file where you've got the asphalt and then you've got the grass, and then you just for the edges, I mean, you just sort of toggle them on or off depending on what you have to render. Yeah, yeah. Well, the grass growing on the roof would be something to the effect of, first of all, the whole premise of saying that realistically it doesn't make sense doesn't fucking hold any water. Like, have you seen any map made by any source? Nothing is realistic. But second of all, the grass growing on the roof would just be somebody's garden or something like that. That happens in the immediate in like the here and now. People have their own sort of gardens, so that doesn't really strike me as odd. Like, I guess my more major like concern, complaint, question mark would be asphalt, because why would you put asphalt on top of a building? But it looks really good, and it doesn't even really look like asphalt. Like, you can tell if you with a trained eye, or you just happen to know, like looking at the texture, that's what it originally is. Oh yeah, that's the asphalt texture, right? It has the road lines and stuff, has some stuff ported from the actual structure tiles, like the vent cover or whatever this is. So yeah, it's got some attention to detail there, and it definitely looks distinct from regular asphalt insofar as it's like brighter and whatnot, right? So that's a little like, if you know it's originally asphalt and maybe it's supposed to even be asphalt in universe, then why would asphalt be on top of the building? But it still has that multi-layered rooftop type vibe, right? So this is basically massively important for making a map that's like essentially built mostly on structure. You could have like dirt or something in theory if you wanted to. You could have anything blended with structure, and then you could build the whole map as if it were on top of a giant megaplex and have all of these sorts of tiles all over the place. So if you wanted to do something like that, it would be super cool. Grass on the roof or along the lines of artificial parks, yeah. Not used to so much tile variation in one place, yeah. Asphalt on the roof is for multi-layered city design, basically highways, bridges, but on top of buildings. Right, yeah. Just the way that you've implemented it in that map or whatever looks really nice. So if you want to part ways with, well, I guess you wanted to make some final changes or whatever, but I would definitely make use of it. I guess my main concern is I'm actually at the cap of tiles in jungle right now. That's probably possible for me to fix, though. I could probably find some shit that I'm not using and just remove it. It's like when people got really excited over Metalopolis in 2010. I didn't get excited for Metalopolis in 2010 because it was Starcraft 2 and it looked like shit. But I guess I see what you're saying. Insofar as they are both cities, cityscapes. Good luck. Good luck finding it. Yeah, it looks pretty fucking good to me. I'm a fan. So you can tell, DF, that the people are starved for tiles, like terrain variety and stuff. Like the reception to anything that moves stuff around and makes some stuff good is really good. It's always very positive. People are always very excited to see some new and exciting terrain tiles. So even though you're like, yeah, this still needs work, it's not done yet. People are still like, fuck that, give me it. I'll use it right now. Watch me use it right now. So at least that's me. As long as it's serviceable. Probably throw a resource area over here, but the concern I have is obvious. How am I going to allow it afford it any protection? It would be really nice to have more in like complex textures, that's for sure. That's obviously what we want to aim for in the new engine, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's basically what I was doing with my StarCraft 2 textures back when I was making maps in StarCraft 2, but even if anything was functional or worth looking at, it's long since been fucked by updates, so no point getting nostalgic about that shit. I still can't believe Blizzard actually fucked up their own tiles so badly. Oh, that's not what I wanted to edit. This one. There it is. Yeah, of course. Didn't you know that everything that anybody makes that's of any high quality is for HYDRA? Got tile pranked again. So I guess these two ramps being here will attack this base easily, but also like the trade-off is you can deny and be aggressive towards this tri-gas base, but you also almost need to be able to do that because you have to be able to mine from this base. That'd be kind of neat, I guess. Different. Maybe I'd be a dick and put like one of the two gases like super far. Make both of them highly attackable. Oh, I guess this could be a nice little test bed for my pet theory or pet desire to experiment with having geysers that you deliberately don't bother taking part of because of the fact that they're farther away and have a bit more they're a little bit more dangerous to access. But the only I guess the major problem with that is that there's no real honest place to put them. I guess this one is technically more defensible because you can just put some units up here or whatever. So I guess in a way I have achieved that. But then I would probably want to actually make the I would probably want to make this tile like somehow more. Yeah, this guys are more efficient, but harder to keep hold of or something. There's an idea. Super DK geysers. It's funny because he didn't even make a map that had a DK geyser in it. I just called them DK geysers because I was watching a video of his and he was like, I kind of like that this geyser's in the middle of nowhere. I was just like, fucking what? But now we know. Speaking of knowing, I apparently didn't know that was the wrong tile. There you go, fixed. Oh, I did it the same thing over here as well. There we go, fixed. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about progress today, even though obviously we spent a bit more time doing debugging stuff than anything else. Let's see, what do I got here for time? I've been going for a little while. You know what, I'll go for a little while longer, but I will take a second BRB, which I don't normally do. And when I return, I guess we'll just keep trucking on with this. I'll also get another, before I go, actually, I should get another test cycle going. Just in case we find something useful. And now I can who should we watch this time actually? We've got a Zerg, got a Terran. We will watch these guys, I think. All right. BRB. And I'm back. I didn't seem to miss much, but hope you guys didn't miss me too much. I wonder what else we got in store for us as far as like optimizations go and changes and graphic updates and all that junk. Should we actually watch this game a little bit? Because I see a lot of simulacra happening. Though the real reason is, of course, I happen to have some food that I will partake in before going back to work on my map. I kind of like the blackjack graphic, man. I'm not gonna lie. They're just kind of goofy. And it's epic. That's all I'm gonna say. Oof. Yeah, they need some sort of... They wiggle. That's their attack animation right now. Obviously not that great. I haven't made a muzzle flash or anything. Oh, fuck. This golem just walked right up and beat the shit out of this guy. Oh. That man looks like he's about ready to smash. Oh, shit. We got some air units. Oh, shit, dude. We got some counterattack. Some defense. No, it's not that difficult to make a new one. I just haven't gotten around to it. Smooch used the leth. The team colored building animations are so nice, man. I do like that as a quote of mine. They really don't want this guy to have this base. They are bullying him relentlessly. It looks like they will finally have their way. And they will at least smash the hatchery. There it is. I'm glad this guy walks up and he's like, hey, you need more simulacra? I got you, bro. Just starts tagging each one individually. Oh, speaking of which. They're splitting. They're splitting. I just imagine like a special dialogue event when you kill like 30 simulacra or something, and then it's just one lonely soldier on the battlefield like, they just keep splitting. Just hopelessly whining about his fate. Oof. Killed before the auto vitality. Oof. Siege tanked. Dude, I think we got some Allied simulacra going now. Thought I fixed that earlier, but I guess not. Must not have added the unit stat file or something. What a fucking wacky... What a wacky army. Where? Where do you see chicken? Oh shit, here come the blackjacks. You're kind of supposed to augment. You're kind of supposed to augment your fucking army here with more than just tier 1 units from the scrapyard, but this guy hasn't figured that much out. He's too busy. Like, I actually think cohorts with apostles would be really good. It's another absurd crash, of course. Okay. So let's holy shit. What a program. I don't think this is a problem. I would have gotten an actual compiler error. This is just the program being stupid, of course. A classic move. We basically need to get the remaining construction time. Yeah, I think I probably could implement it. So basically, if the unit is if the, oh, I guess I also need it to be a building, don't I? There you go. So basically, we can run this code and we can say like, target player ID is not working out very well for some reason. That probably means I butchered something in here. So I know everything was working until I added this stuff. So we've got notify. Yep, that was there. I don't know why this player ID wouldn't work. Especially if, like, did this... Yeah, the unit ID worked, actually. So, like, for example, the most recent one was a Bactylisk attacking a Simulacra. Yeah, I don't really see any obvious issue, but... All right. We should be able to test this out right now. All right, I figured out my error, so I will go ahead and fix that one. So yeah, DF, this should be able to, yeah, okay, well, maybe 3 times 24 is too much. I guess the time cost should be, I actually don't know. What do you reckon the solution for this would be? So a pylon is apparently 16 seconds. Where again, 1 is 24. So my thought was to take the unit stat time cost and subtract it by 3 times 24, because that's how long the normal warp overlay is. But maybe I'm wrong about it being 3 seconds long. Is that not true? I think it's like approximately that much. Oh yeah, and then I can also take a look at the future station and try to figure out why it's breaking in this way. Yeah, it shouldn't be, just patently. I think maybe the debug build just doesn't have the latest files or something. Oh yeah, I guess. So in that case, I can just do 1. And let's see what let's see what overlay we can do as like a debug test run. Maybe in images I can see something. And here I thought I had to have a 3. All right, we'll do this as like a test to see if it even works. But it should be fine. Yep. I saw it there for a split second. Let's test on some other units. Yep. Okay. So it looks like that works fine. So if you can give me, well, I don't even know. What do you recommend as far as like actually hooking it up? Will we need one per unit ID? Like the, I can't remember if the warp fades were done through unit IDs originally, like on a case by case basis. So an iScript opcode. Well, the only place I see that in is in the warp texture, not anything to do with the warp flash. I think the warp flash is handled by some other hard-coded stuff. Let's see what Voyager's documentation was. Display the current image overlay's frame clipped to the outline of the parent image overlay. Okay. So, well, that could be a massively useful effect, to be honest. Do you think that that would be something you could put together like a quick test GRP for or something? I don't know if I have anything that's particularly large, but Oh, I do not know where that would even be. Maybe it's in my graphics. I have texture old. I guess I don't have it. Or if I do, I don't know where I would have put it. $12.98. Is there a specific kind of remapping it needs? Um, 584. Okay. And the only thing that flag that should be ticked is draw if cloaked, right? Everything else, so graphic turns clickable and useful as script are 0. Okay, so it's out of 24 frames. Let's see what happens, homie. Oops. Sped up too fast. Ah, fuck. Well, that's a classic. I like the idea of P color transitioning from, or it transitioning from P color to white. I think that would make the most sense. Oh, right. Yet another prank. Well, third time's the charm, so. Or OB, 6B7. I don't even know what this function is. Draw image detected. Well, let's chuck this into the debug build and we will see where we go. What do you think is next as far as visual changes and stuff, anyway? I guess it would probably be like... Actually, I don't really know. I suppose you wouldn't mind if I chuck some graphics your way so you can resize them better than I can. Hopefully, well, actually, I guess aside from Irradiate, the only other one that I wanted resized was the Cascathalor graphic. But I'll take another look at it in-game real quick before I make any judgments. So my main concern with the Cascathalor graphic is that basically the area of effect is too wide. So I was thinking it needs to be... Oh, something's fucked up with that. Haven't seen that one before. I'll have to look into that later. I think that might be related to Veek's changes, actually. Yeah, okay. That's what that is. Yeah, I'm thinking this needs to be, like, significantly... maybe half as large. Not sure. Oh, wait, this isn't the right EXE. What a noob. Oh, wait. see if I can find any logic as to why it's crashing. So I don't know if it's because of the warp overlay function or what. It wouldn't be because of it's like the wrong. Yeah, I was gonna say it wouldn't be because it's like the wrong index or something. It's definitely meant to be BEXPL. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I guess it is warp overlay as the source of the crash. Which makes me think maybe we should take a look at how the warp texture itself is treated in images.dat. It actually has normal draw and no remapping. And it also uses full eye script. I will try with use full eye script on. And then we'll see how that works. And then the other thing I think I can try is keep use full eye script on and then set the remapping to nothing. Oh, we did not crash. Apparently we do crash if we actually watch it. Somehow we missed it when we were fast forwarding. That's pretty funny. Okay. Let's do no remapping. I am running the right exe, right? No. Yeah, I guess without remapping, it's not going to look proper, but it does not crash when there is no remapping. The only problem is, I imagine, that you can't have any transparency if there's no remapping, so... But I guess if it's supposed to clip to the unit's visible spectrum, or visible pixels, then there wouldn't be any overlay anyway. Is it possible to make this work without any remapping, or what do you think? Although even... Oh, wait, no, that's with Beefire. Yeah, it's just like a series of random fucking shades. With Game Basic. So I guess what I can do is I can send you this exe, and you can just replace the file that I'm using. If that would be helpful. If you want to play around with it and see if you can get something that works with this exact implementation. You have the tools, the technology, the technocracy. And with that, I guess I'll just bail out on the stream side of things. I do still want to get some work done on this map, but I have to leave some time to work on my mapping starter guide, which does not involve this map, shockingly enough, as it's a bit more complex. So there you go. No, the warp overlay command still work. Oh, well, yeah, I guess maybe it doesn't work, does it? I was using the warp overlay opcode and it still wasn't clipping. So there must be some other shit that goes into that. Maybe I'll ask Voyager about it. We'll see what he has to say. I'll do that before I go. And I'll let you know what he says. Thank you for viewing. We'll be back soon with more stuff. Tomorrow I will be casting, so I will not, or I think I will be casting. I probably will not be on stream. We actually still don't know if we're casting or not. But assuming I am, then I will be doing that. And assuming I'm not, maybe I come on stream. We'll see. Stay tuned for the mapping starter guide. Check out the fucking video that I posted earlier today, the channel update. And mwah.